The concept of a pawn shop goes back thousands of years. Today, pawn shops are pretty busy as a result of the slumping economy. But as Christian Farr reports, pawning isn't the only old-world financial method that is booming.
I think people now are realizing that the difference between pawn shops and banks. At one time, people was ashamed to come into a pawn shop. Well, now they are not.
Frank Ingram knows the pawnbroker business pretty well. He's been involved in it for the past 40 years. For a majority of that time, he's owned his own pawn shop on the west side of Chicago. Ingram says it's been profitable, and right now even more so because of the downturn in the economy.
Before we started to see the markets just tank, the Dow go down, tell me about the customers you were getting. Were they pawning mostly for need?
We have people coming both for need and for pleasure, okay? Mostly people nowadays pawn for need.
What kind of things are they telling you when it comes to need? What do they need the money for?
The biggest thing is gas crunch. The gas crunch. And we have a lot of people now being laid off of work now that no longer have jobs now, that still have indebtedness to be serviced. We have people now that have kids that are going to school now, that still have to pay their kids' tuitions and go to school.
Ingram's pawn shop takes in almost anything of value, from keyboards to TVs to jewelry and even drums.
Explain how a pawn works so that people have a broad understanding.
When a person have an item that they need to borrow money on, then bring it to the store, and they would go in one of our booths and they would go in and pledge that piece. We call it a collateral loan. That means if you have a ring, a watch, or whatever you have that you might want to pawn here now, you're going to take it there and you're going to look at it and you say, I want to borrow $50, $100. If we see the collateral in that piece, we will loan you the $50.
Typically, a pawn in Illinois will cost a person 3% for a 30-day collateral loan. But that number jumps up to nearly 20% when you add up all the other fees and service charges. Ingram is a member of the Illinois Pawnbrokers Association, which represents nearly 1/3 of the 225 pawn shops in the state.
The bank can't make a small loan quickly. If you need $50,000 or $100,000, that's the place to go, is to a bank. But if you need $50 or $100 and you need it now, today, a pawn shop is a much better opportunity.
David Shaneman is the association's president, and he says pawn shops aren't just seeing a big increase in business from their current clientele, they are also attracting a lot of new customers.
More and more people who used to be heavily in the market and all of a sudden found their net worth down by 50%. These people are now smarting financially and realizing, well, I need money for Christmas presents, to fix the transmission. I can't take money out of my stock or my IRA because it's all of a sudden not worth as much as it was. So we'll see more and more of these people, and our customer base, because of that's increasing.
While pawnbrokers do offer a quick cash alternative during these tough economic times, some big retailers like Kmart are trying to do the same by offering a service that some retailers had abandoned just a few years ago. The person